Erin Barnett, and this is Finlandia Fridays.
Welcome to Finlandia Fridays. My name is Michael Babcock, and I am your host for this weekly interview series here at Finlandia University, where we tell the stories of everything happening here at Finlandia. This week, we're joined by Erin Barnett, the Dean of Students here at Finlandia University. Erin, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Mike. Happy to be here.
Yeah, Erin is actually our first guest that's been here twice. How does that feel to be that kind of pressure on you?
It's pretty awesome, right? Like, kind of turn into celebrity. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, Finlandia Fridays is a weekly interview series. This is broadcasted on 97.7 The Wolf every Friday morning. You can also find it anytime online by going to finlandia.edu/Fridays. All of our past episodes are there, as well as full show notes for all of them, so you can learn a little bit more about the story, which is something you're definitely going to want to do this time, because we're here talking about a really exciting grant that we received that let us do a bunch of great activities here on campus. And we're proud to tell about our whole community about them, because they're really unique and tell quite a bit about the progress that we're making here on campus. I'm going to let Erin talk more about that by diving into this. So we have the It's On Us campaign. What is that?
Right. So It's On Us was started by then Vice President Joe Biden as a way for us to engage as a community, bystander intervention, supporting survivors of sexual assault, but basically being good humans. And it's all of our responsibility to treat each other with respect and dignity. So that's kind of the foundation of that movement.
Excellent. And I like the way you put that a lot. It's a nationwide movement. It's everywhere. If you go to itsonus.org, you can find all kinds of cool stuff about this. The campuses all around the country are doing this stuff. And I like this quote that they kind of run with. It's cultivating a culture of consent, bystander intervention, and survivor support. It's really what it comes down to. And for us, it's meant a bunch of cool events, a bunch of cool speakers, our campus community coming together, our students with our faculty, getting together and just going out there and being together, which I think is really important.
Right.
And I want to be sure before we go too far into this, we talk about the grant that allowed this to happen. Can you talk a little bit about the grant?
Right. So this is our third grant from the Michigan State Police. The First Lady of Michigan started this movement to support colleges and their efforts to make people aware of campus sexual assault as an issue, because it's an important issue that has kind of been hiding in the shadows for a while. So this is our third grant. This one was about $15,000, and it includes a variety of things. One, we got to hire Abigail Tembreull, one of our art and design students, as an intern, which has been a great opportunity for her. And it's also allowing us to bring some nationally and internationally recognized speakers to our campus. So that's where the bulk of the money has been spent. So it's been really good project, a very cohesive project with lots of different pieces that bring it all together.
Yeah, and for those who regularly listen or watch Finlandia Fridays, you remember Abigail Tembreull? She came on last year talking about a scholarship she won to go over to Italy.
Yeah.
Which we've talked to her about it a lot. It sounds like she had a blast over
She
there.
had a great time. Yeah.
So we'll have the link to that in the show notes, so check that old episode out and get to know Abigail a little bit, because she is kind of the brains behind making all this stuff happen.
Yes.
She's been doing a great job.
Yeah, she pulled it all together. I gave her the grant. I said, this is what we put in the grant. Let's make it happen, and she has.
Yeah, and the biggest part of that is actually this next week. As we're calling it the Week of Action. We have events scheduled throughout the week with a bunch of cool things that are going to happen, and we're going to go through those one by one. The first one is The Hunting Ground, a film that we're going to be presenting to our students. Right. And the coolest part about it is we're actually going to have a discussion that's led by our very own Dr. Claudia Joachim.
Yes, yeah. So The Hunting Ground, if you haven't seen it, it is on Netflix. It came out a few years ago, but it talks about sexual assault on college campuses, some of the Title IX laws, some of the ways these cases have been handled or mishandled. So it brings up a lot of really relevant and important issues, especially for our student body.
Yeah, and you'll know that these are a lot of sensitive topics here.
Yeah.
And it's important that we are talking about these, especially with different people on campus. That's why I think it's really nice that Dr. Joachim's going to be there.
Right.
She's somebody that a lot of these students know and respect, and they're going to get to hear her talk about something that's obviously pretty sensitive.
Right, and we'll also have dial help on campus for each of these events. So if individuals want to reach out to get more support or information on how they can get counseling or other resources in the community, there's opportunities for that as well.
Excellent. The next event will be on Wednesday, And that is going to be an event called Walk a Mile in Their Shoes. And
Yes.
before you start, I kind of want to talk about the story. We had a meeting with some of our staff here, and
Right.
Dr. Richard Gee interrupted the meeting, and he said, if anybody has any size 12 or 14 high heels, I could use them. I think he was talking about this.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so the Walk a Mile projects, they happen all over the country, but basically it started with young men wearing women's high heels to walk a mile to show support of survivors of sexual assault. So that's where it gets its start. Now we're doing a walk a mile in their shoes as opposed to her shoes, talking about gender inequality, various sexual identities, but all survivors and people who have dealt with issues of sexual identity and bullying and all of it, just to show solidarity with our community and embrace differences.
Yeah.
So.
And Dr. Gee is, of course, one of the members of our Men of Strength Club who's hosting it.
Right, right. So Men of Strength, Jim Harden in security, and then Dr. Rich Gee head up that organization for our campus. So that's about healthy masculinity and showing up as a supporter and advocate for women and survivors.
So be sure to honk on Wednesday afternoon if you see us
Right,
walking around
right.
downtown Hancock, because it'll be fun.
And can I point out the Men of Strength Club got on campus because of our first round of grants from the Michigan State Police. So we've been building a lot on these grants to keep improving and growing.
Yeah, one step at a time, right?
Absolutely, in their shoes.
That's great. And then so Thursday in there, I like it. So on Thursday then, it's the next part, which is the Clothesline Project.
Yes.
This is actually being put on by our Young Women's Caucus for Art, and will involve the International School of Art and Design here in Finlandia.
Right, right. So Clothesline Project is, again, another national project that's happened, started at other campus universities where survivors and supporters of folks who have experienced violence in general tell their stories or offer words of encouragement on a piece of clothing, and then you hang it up on a clothesline. So.
Yeah, you'll definitely want to get down to this at 12:30 on Thursday. It's open to the community. We hope our entire campus community will be here to support the artists and everybody that's going through these projects together, because I think it'll be kind of an emotional, but also it'll be a beautiful scene down there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And that's on the second floor of the Judula Center here on our campus. Saturday will be the final event of the week of action. There'll be a Teal takeover at the Finlandia football game. I think that's a 1 p.m. start. Tell us a little bit why the Teal takeover.
So Teal, breast cancer is pink. Every cause has a color, and teal is the color for sexual assault prevention and awareness. And so we will be set up there with teal nail polish and teal hairspray, but we encourage folks to wear teal as well to show support for survivors.
Excellent. So that is everything that's going on with the Week of Action.
Right.
You can find a full event schedule for that at finlandia.edu/itsonus. There's no spaces on that, just finlandia.edu/itsonus. You'll find everything there. Those are the events that's going on next week. But also want to talk about two big events that are happening later this semester. The first is on Thursday, November 9th. We're bringing in Kelly Sy. Tell us a little about who Kelly Sy is.
So Kelly Sy is a spoken word poet. She's been on MTV. She's traveled the world. She's well known for spoken word poetry. She deals with not only issues of sexual violence, gender, race, a lot of hot topics, a lot of topics that make people uncomfortable. So bringing her to campus allows us to engage in a dialogue around those topics. Kelly has also agreed to have dinner at our Servant Leadership House, which is such a cool experience for those young ladies that live in that house, to have a conversation with her over a meal that night before she does her performance.
That's great. And the Servant Leadership House is a really neat residential experience here at Finlandia.
Yes.
We'll post a link to learn more about Servant Leadership House in the show notes as well, because I think anybody who's interested in these topics should really get to know that house, because it's a really unique program here at Finlandia.
Right.
And the final event for the It's On Us for this semester is going to be a documentary about sexual shaming with Emily Linden. Tell us a little bit about that event.
Right, so Emily created a documentary after an experience that she had with sexual shaming, and it talks about how it's okay to be who you are and how not to bring each other down. Basically, again, be a good person.
That's the theme here.
Right. So we're going to show the documentary during our SISU seminar class, and we'll show it again that evening when she's here, and she will give a great talk and talk about the documentary and kind of her journey.
Excellent. And that's Tuesday, November 14th. So that Thursday, November 9th, and Tuesday, November 14th are the final 2 days for this campaign. It should be really some great events throughout, and the Week of Action next week will be a lot of fun. I want to also make sure we do a couple shout outs here to Dial Help, Michigan State Police, the Barbara Kettle Gunlock Shelter, some key partners for us who have made this all possible. And remind everybody to go to finlandia.edu/itsonus to see a full schedule of events associated with this campaign. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Finlandia Fridays and Erin for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
All right.
When's my third visit?
Ooh, hopefully the school year we can make it work.
All right, so keep me in the lead.
All right, well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next Friday.